Hello and welcome to Amigos IAS. I am Adnan. In today's segment, we'll be discussing electoral bonds. Now, this is in news because of the recent Supreme Court hearing on this matter. Supreme Court 5-judge Constitution bench has heard this matter and they have reserved their verdict. So, we are going to get the verdict very soon. Then we'll be having another topic on the same. Okay. So, as of now, let us try to understand what is electoral bonds. Okay. This will be helpful in GS2 polity. Now, electoral bonds here deal with the concept of funding to political parties. Fine. So, it is a financial instrument for making donations to political parties, and it was introduced in the year 2017 by a finance bill Arun Jaitley brought at that time, and it has been implemented since 2018. 2018, and the challenge has been heard by the court now. Okay. So, these bonds are just like the promissory notes. Okay, so they are like the bank notes which are payable to the bearer on demand, and they are free of interest as well. Who can purchase these bonds? It can be purchased by the citizens of India or even a company which is incorporated in India. They can purchase these bonds. They can purchase these bonds and they can give it to the political parties. Fine. So they serve as means for individuals and entities to make donations for parties by maintaining what? Donor anonymity. I will just explain the sequence, just hold on. So SBI issues these bonds in denomination of 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakhs and 1 crores. That means if a person wants to donate money to a political party, that person should purchase the bonds in the valuations of 1,000, 10,000, lakhs and 10 lakhs and 1 crores. In that denominations only, I can purchase the bonds. And where can I purchase this? Only from the SBI and any designated bank of the SBI. That is the only option which is allowed for me. And in what form I can purchase this? Only in digital format, or I can say electronic format. Could be checks, could be RTGS or NEFT transactions, but not cash. So the rationale behind this policy, as government has told at the time, is to remove any kind of like cash transactions. Okay, that means now if I have this electronic mode of transfer, I will be able to track the money. That is what the government has told. But there are many problems with this. We will be discussing those aspects as well. So now, next segment here is some of the features we can understand here. So once I go and purchase that bond from SBI, now what I have to do after, for example, if I will be explaining by a particular thematic diagram. So if I'm a person A, okay, and I will just take it back. If I'm a person A, and what I will do is, I will go to SBI and I will purchase, for example, 1 crore rupee bond. And now when I get this bond, what I will be doing, that bond I will be giving to the particular political party to whom I want to donate the money. For a party X, for example, parties will have treasurers. So I will be going and giving this bond to that treasurer. Now, how much time is there for that treasurer to encash that particular thing? They will be encashing that particular bond in the bank, which is again under supervision of the RBI, and information is provided regarding that bank to Election Commission of India. And see here, the bonds can be having 15 days time is given for the encashing. Okay, that is here it is given, right? Okay, how many days these bonds are valid? But please, on the date of issue, once I get that bond, I will go and give that bond to a particular political party. That political party treasurer will have 15 days of time to encash that bond, and that can be encashed only through a particular bank which is under supervision of RBI and also mentioned to the Election Commission of India. That means they are knowing what bank you have, in what bank you are encashing that particular electoral bond. This is how the process will go on. Fine. But the point is, the bond will not have the name of the bearer. So your name will not be there on the bond. It is completely anonymous. And that means only SBI will know, or probably the political party will know who has given you the money. But the common man will not be having any idea about who is the donor of this particular amount to the political parties. That is where the problem lies. So at what time these bonds are issued? Generally in the months of January, okay, in the months of July, October, April, January, okay. So January, April, July, October, in these months, or in any months if the government wants, they can actually allow this electoral bonds. That means they are not available every day of the year. Only government will specify them. And see here, for 10 days at the beginning of each quarter, for 10 days they are available. During election times, they are open for 30 days. Okay. Sorry about this. Okay. 30 days in Lok Sabha election years, that much time is given, not 10 days. During election years, 30 days is given. For example, government says, okay, come on, we are opening this electoral bond sale. So what happens? It's like a jatara happens, okay. They will be going there to the particular banks and get the the electoral bonds and give it to the political parties. So that is what happens, guys. And digitally only, as we discussed, SBI is the only authorized bank. Now, which political party is eligible to receive these funds? So here, as per section 29 capital A of the RP Act, political parties are registered, right? Any political party which has got 1% of the votes in the previous general election to the House of the People or Legislative Assembly of the state, both, okay, Lok Sabha or state assemblies, in general elections, if any political party in the last election gets 1% of the vote share, they are eligible to receive this amount via the electoral bonds. Fine. That is also the qualification here. And the bond can be encashed by a political party only through a designated bank account. We just discussed that point already. So I am going to skip this point. Fine. And next one. Now, what changes were brought to implement this? When this finance bill was introduced, what other acts it has actually changed? To facilitate this electoral bonds, we have to understand. That means, in simple words, what other corresponding changes were made in different acts so as to make this electoral bonds function, because government is making certain important changes here. What are those changes? If I talk about that, it is first one is RP Act, then you have Income Tax 1961, and then you have Companies Act, and in the end, there is also FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. These four acts also have been changed via Finance Bill 2016 and 2017. Now, what are those changes? Let us see one by one. First one, what changes were brought? Generally, if you want to give more than 20,000 rupees to any political party, that has to be registered in the accounts of the political party. Below 20,000 rupees, you need not be having any kind of names, or the sources can be hidden. That means if you are donating money less than 20,000, it could be 19,999. No need to register the details of the person. Okay. So earlier political parties had to maintain, something is happening, okay, records of donations above 20,000 rupees. They had to provide the check number and PAN number if somebody is giving more than 20,000 rupees. But now in the bonds, as we have seen, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, 1 crore money is being given. But now I need not tell the name. So if I need not tell the name, I should change the act also. So what has been done here? Section 29 capital C, some amendment happened here, and it has told that political parties need not maintain records of electoral bonds. That is what is the change brought in the RP Act, guys. Okay, no need to give in the public domain. Second one, Finance Act 2016-17 also amended Income Tax 1961, because political parties see here exemption from their obligation to keep a detailed record of contributions received to electoral bonds. They also banned anonymous cash donations to 2,000 rupees. That means, as of now, some ambiguity is there. Till 20,000 rupees, I can give the amount which is in any form, but nobody can question. That means records are not maintained. Beyond 20,000 rupees, if I have to pay, that means then the records have to be put. But what new change has come? The new change is cash transactions cannot be more than 2,000. For example, 20,000 limit is still there. As per the RP Act, 20,000 limit is still there. Means till 20,000, no need to maintain the records. But as per the current change, what happened here? 2,000 rupees for cash only. That means if I want to give till 20,000, I can give via electronic format. I hope you understood this point. If not, please comment in the comment section. The point here is maximum cash you can give to political parties is 2,000. Maximum amount you can give to political parties without having a record of that is 20,000. But because cash is 2,000 only, if you have to give 20,000 rupees, you can give via online format, whether it is checks or NEFT or any other transfer. Hope you understood this point clearly. That is also still there. And next one, the third act, Companies Act 2013. That means prior to this particular finance bill, okay, what used to happen was a company can donate to political parties how much amount on their profits in the last 3 years. In the last 3 financial years, maximum amount, that means 7.5% of the profits. If you got 100% profits, in that 7.5% profit only can be donated to political parties. That means in the last 3 years, whatever profit you have got, in that 7.5% was the maximum limit now, or 10% of the revenue of the particular company. But now what happened? You as much as you want. We don't care, okay? So that limit of 7.5% has been removed by the Finance Act, guys, okay? There is no requirement for a company that they should have been in existence for 3 years. Means even that, for example, they have told that 7.5% cap is not there, okay, which means even loss-making companies, whether you get profit or not, you have to donate. I mean, you can donate the money to the political parties. Second point, no need to be in existence for the last 3 years. That means suddenly in night one company will come, shell companies. They don't have any business operations. They are just made for the what? For the transfer of money, guys. So as a result, what happens? These so-called shell companies will be more and more coming into the picture just to give money to the political parties. That means it is kind of like encouraging corruption and the black money also, because you want to make it white. By creating one fake company, shell company, no proper physical presence, no operations, but that shell company will donate now all the money to the political parties, which is very troublesome provision here, guys, okay? Companies need not declare the names of the parties to which they have donated the money. So the shareholders, that means the company shareholders who have a stake in the company, will not know where their money is of the company is going, guys. Again, a very troublesome provision here. Shareholders have the right to know what is happening with their money in the particular company, but now they will not know, because in the balance sheets of profit and loss, the companies need not share the details of the amounts they are spending for electoral bonds. Again, where is transparency? We have to ask ourselves, okay? And the last change, okay, which is again troublesome again. Why? Because Foreign Contribution Regulation Act amendment was done to this, so as to allow the political parties to receive money from foreign companies also, foreign also. They don't allow this for the NGOs and all that, but for the political parties, 100% allowed, guys. So amendment happened to the FCRA 2010. Actually, already BJP, Congress kind of parties for receiving money from foreign company subsidiaries like Vedanta. It was questioned in the courts. How can you allow these people to get the money from foreign sources? It is completely banned as per FCRA. So government, what it has done, retroactively, they amended the FCRA 1976, okay, and they have told that whatever money has been received so far from the foreign subsidiary companies is perfectly legal, because now in India, for civil purposes, we can have retroactive effect. So government has changed the FCRA 1976 to allow whatever funding has been received so far by the Congress or a BJP or any political party from the foreign sources, foreign companies, is perfectly legal. That is what is a change here, guys. See, in 2016 Finance Act amended the FCRA 1976 and told what? It redefined the concept of foreign source and allowed what? Foreign companies to donate money to Indian political parties through their subsidiary. That means like branches. Like subsidiary means a company is there in the foreign, they also have a subsidiary company in India also. Through that money can be sent, fine. And also whatever money has been received so far, it is valid, okay. So before this, what used to happen? Foreign companies were strictly prohibited from contributing to the political parties under both FCRA and FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act. That means all these 4 changes were brought to make this electoral bonds legally viable, guys. So what are the challenges here? What is the problem with this? First one, Article 19 Clause 1 Subclause A talks about what? It talks about freedom of speech and expression. So we all have the right to know, guys. We all have the right to know. Some problem is there with this. I will try to rectify next video. Okay. So Article 19 Clause 1 Subclause A. Maybe I'm not able to write on this, guys. So excuse me for that. Okay. So in this aspect, what is happening here? Right to freedom of speech and expression means I should also have the right to know first before I use my expression. So it is violating this because I am not knowing who is donating money to political parties. So what is the use then? So it is violating my Article 19 Clause 1, subclause A, guys. Enables backdoor lobbying and quid pro quo. That means if I give some money to you, what will you give for me? Quid pro quo means something in exchange of something also happens here. And next one, what happens, because many of the companies will be saying we will give money to you, then what you're going to give it back? Contracts, licenses, all this will happen, guys. Opens door for shell companies. Just told you about this point. Okay, just to share the money with the political parties, we will have the shell companies prop up, which is not good because we cannot account for the money where it is coming from. Opaque instrument that is not entirely anonymous. Why? It is anonymous for us, but the government, which actually has the SBI, they will know who is donating how much money to which political party. Selectively, they are getting the information. They may use the information to target the other companies. Also, very important point here. Can be issued for any other purpose than elections. What is the guarantee that a political party is receiving money, not just for the elections, but to do any other activities? So what is the purpose of getting the money also is defeated here because it is not mentioned. Next one, eliminates level playing field for political parties and opposition, because opposition parties will not be able to, major recent analysis has showed that more than 60% of the electoral bonds, were issued to the ruling party, which is the BJP here. And the opposition parties could not get enough amount of money because the ruling parties will be able to get the money because they are in power. They will be able to exert influence over the companies or the individuals. They will be able to also award the contracts, licenses and whatnot. Okay, so Vedanta also in the past has got many of the licenses for mining and all that because something in exchange of something also happens here. Okay, and last one is what? It differentiates between corporations and citizens. Majority of these bonds are in the nature of more than 94% of the bonds are in the range of 1 crore and plus. Now, citizens average cannot give that kind of money. So now, a citizen donated to a political party has very disproportionate influence than a corporation giving enough amount of money for the political parties so as to exert their influence. That means government in power will be trying to cater to the needs of the corporates, but may not be for the citizens because they may favor the policies which are helpful for the companies, guys, not for the citizens of India. That is the issues and challenges. So what is the way forward here? We have to understand. State funding of political parties is a big topic, which can be covered sometime later. Like political parties, all of them are not on same level playing field. Why not the state itself give the money to the political parties for the elections? That is one proposal given by Dinesh Goswami Committee. Second, Administrative Reforms Commission, and also Inderjeet Gupta Committee also has mentioned the same point. State itself should fund the elections and they should not get any other source to get the money to fight the elections. But this is also problematic because money is very high for all the state elections and for the general elections. To give money to political parties, it costs a lot of money. It has its own challenges. Can be discussed later. Former CEC S.Y. Qureshi has talked about a proposal. Why can't we create a national election fund? Okay, in which all people can contribute. Anybody, whether it is you, me, or any companies, everybody will be contributing to a fund from which, based on the proportion of votes any political parties get, we can give that amount for them based on the proportion of votes. That is also an argument called as National Electoral Fund. It's a proposal. Then what? Even the 2,000 rupees cash, what is there, no? Which maximum you can pay anonymous cash, 2,000 rupees, but not more than that. That also should be removed. Entire money now should be made as what? Entire contribution to political parties should be only online so that we can track the donors is another recommendation. Right to Information Act can improve transparency by including political parties. Political parties, okay, they can be called public authorities. They satisfy the definition of the public authorities as per RTI, but the government refused to accept this and told political parties will not be coming under RTI, but we need to bring the legislation to enforce this provision that under the definition of public authorities, even political parties should apply. Then we will be able to file RTI for the political parties, their expenses and their office bearers and whatnot. But as of now, it is not implemented yet. Fine, it is not there yet. Annual audit by CAG or any other auditor approved by it. Because auditing CAG will do dispassionately, as we understand. So political parties' accounts also have to be audited either by CAG or some other authority referred by them. That is what happens. Okay. Awareness campaign among voters, like not to be affected by these kind of money, bribing and other issues. People should be told to understand the sanctity of the electoral process. And we can also, if any person is has been proven as corrupt, we may not encourage such person or such candidate to get money through these electoral bonds, the political party as such. Voter campaigns can be there. So all these are proposals which are actually discussed regarding the reforming this electoral bonds issue. But as of we know so far, that of course it is not transparent, it is completely opaque. It was brought to enhance transparency by saying that only in digital format you can give the money, but the point is that it makes the donor completely anonymous, and because of which government is saying that the citizens of India do not have the right to know everything, okay, like electoral bonds. And they are saying that article 21 right to privacy is there for those companies and the individuals who pay the money. But the point is, right to privacy of course will not apply to companies as such who are donating this money. So why should we make them anonymous is another counter argument here. So all this interplay happened in the recent petitions in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court heard the case, and Supreme Court has also asked for the records from the Election Commission, what all money has been received in electoral bonds so far. Now Supreme Court is going to give verdict in the coming days. So after the verdict, I will be giving my extra inputs on that particular verdict. So if you have any questions, then please post in the comments below. I will see you again next day with some other video. Thank you.